Buddha was teaching one day, a woman came to him and asked a very important, very hard question. This was a woman who briefly, her only child, her only son, had recently taken ill as an infant and passed. And it broke her heart to the point where she would not let the priests come and do the funerary pyre for the child. And she carried her dead infant about and said, "Oh, he's sleeping," whenever anyone would ask her, "Soma, what are you doing? He's sleeping, be quiet, you'll wake him." And maybe with enough familial and town social pressure, she went to the Buddha and said, "You know, everyone tells me my baby is sick. I know he's just sleeping. Do you know a way to wake him?" And the Buddha said, "Oh yes, of course, I have that magic. Here's what you need to do. You need to go to the courtyard of a house in this village where no one has ever died. And take a mustard seed from a flower in that garden and bring it to me. I know a special magic that will revive your child." And she was overjoyed, and she ran from house to house in her village. "Has anyone died here? Oh, Soma, you know my uncle passed a month ago." The next house, "Has anyone passed here? Soma, you know my great-grandma passed here 2 days ago." You know, like this, you can imagine. There is no home that tragedy hasn't visited. And she went to every single house in that village and broken-hearted went back to the Buddha and said, I can't do it. And the Buddha said, "Very good, Soma. There is nowhere where death hasn't visited, where sickness, old age, suffering hasn't visited." And in that moment of understanding that her fate was the same as the fate of all beings, her heart broke again. It broke open. And she was able to let her child go, and the funerary rites were conducted, and she lived a powerful and beautiful life in her own right, and actually ordained and became a great teacher among the great Buddhist nuns in the early Sangha.